think he'll have to be a little more mobile this year? Do you think he is going to be because he's fully healthy?
Well, and he wants to be. You know, the thing that we talked about Brandon when he first got to Auburn is, you know, he was a little bit hard-headed. In fact, he would stand in the pocket, you know, probably a little too long. And then last year, we couldn't get him to throw the ball away. You know, he would stand in there and maybe try to force it or wait for his receiver to give him an extra second. And, you know, in this league, you know, sometimes that extra second's not there. We gave up a lot of sacks last year, and we've talked to him, you know, move in and out of the pocket. You know, he's got the mobility to do that. Now, he's not a sprinter by any means. We all know that, but he can move. He can get away from the rush. He can put pressure on linebackers if they're blitzing. He sees them very well. The thing about quarterbacks, you got to be able to see it if you're going to get away from them. And I think that just watching him in two-a-days and the last couple of weeks of practice, you know, he's got a little something up his sleeve. I think that he understands what he needs to do to make himself better and also make the team better.
Coach, is there any truth to Brad maybe not being in the game this week?
Well, to this point, he's playing. That's all I know. We'll talk about it as we go along, but Brad is our starter. You know, the running back position is going to be running back by committee. Again, like it has been over the years. We've got with Carl Stewart coming back. You know, we feel real good about our running back situation. With Tristan hurt, really put us in the bind. You know, we felt like with Tristan hurt and Carl hurt, you know, we were down to 3. But we think that Brad, Mario, and Ben Tate, whoever starts at that position from those 3 guys, that Carl Stewart's going to be a big factor on, you know, how this football team is going to move the football on the ground.
You said to this point he's playing. Is that something that could change between today and Saturday?
No, it could. Anything could change.
Coach, is consistency something that you guys have kind of need to focus more on camp this year because of how things went last year? Sometimes the offense would have a good game, the defense wouldn't. The defense the next time would have a good game, the offense wouldn't.
If what now? What was it?
Consistency something you can teach. Is that something that you guys are maybe focused on during camp?
Well, you would hope you could teach it. And, you know, if you do the same things all the time, you'd hope that you would get better at it. You know, this is a game of 18, 19, 20-year-olds playing, and our biggest competition each week is usually versus ourselves, trying to get everybody focused on what they're trying to do. And if you get them all going in the same direction, you got a chance. And sometimes, you know, players are you know, they're, especially college kids, are a little different. You know, they might not put full focus that week for some reason, whether it's academics or their personal lives. You know, might not have full focus, and they might not play as well as you would hope. But you know, that's our job as coaches, is to get them focused as much as you can, get them prepared, and get them all to play to their ability. If we can do that, we feel like we got a better chance of winning.
Coach, you seem to have closed practices and scrimmages a little bit more this year than you ever have. Is that just, you know, the times we live with the internet, information getting out, or is it, you know, trends like that, or you got some big secrets you're not ready to unleash?
Well, you know, it's a little bit of that because, you know, what we get out of scrimmages and things, and we hear about things that we run, and how many running plays we had, passing plays. And I think to some point, you know, it's gotten a little bit too much. You know, I like to read, you know, what Kansas State or somebody else did in scrimmage. You know, if you can look on there and see how many bootleg passes they threw, or how many draws, you know, obviously it's a pretty good indication of what you're working on. And so I like to open practices as much as I can. But again, there's a lot of information that gets out that you don't want to get out. And I think it's good for your players too, to let them focus a little bit more on what they're doing.
Is Wes Byram definitely going to be the kickoff guy this weekend, or
No.
Big Morgan can catch him?
We'll see as we go through the week. You know, who's got the hot hand. It really doesn't make any difference. Wes has kicked well, Morgan's kicked well, but you know, Wes has obviously been with us a little longer. Whoever's going to be the most consistent, we'll watch him even up to warm up.
You talked about having more starters on special teams. Is that also related to the more kickoff returns, the new rule?
Yeah, kickoff returns are going to be huge for every team this year. Kickoff returns and kickoff coverage. and it's going to be a bonus if you've got a great kicker. Most of us, we had one last year, but if we took all of Matt Clark's kicks last year, and which we do, we mark them and where the ball landed and where they would have been, and then we moved it back 5 yards. Instead of having 90% of them not returned, we'd have 50% of them. So there's going to be a lot more excitement in terms of kickoff returns and also coverage. You'll see all kind of things on kickoff returns. So you got to work on it more, respect more, and the guys have got to be coached up more.
Time for 2 more questions. Coach, has it been beneficial for this team not to really have the national championship hype surrounding it going into this first game?
Yeah, I'd rather it not be. I'd rather you not have any talk about national championship because it's and you're a long ways away from that. But we like where we're at. We like the situation that other people are picked to win the conference and the national championship. Nobody knows who's going to win it. A lot of water going underneath the bridge between now and January. But the thing that I told our players, and I tell them every year, is play as good as we can. See what happens. Go out and give the best you can in practice. Get better every game. Play together as a team. Give yourself a chance. And it could all work itself out. But if you start thinking about things like that, other than going out and taking it one at a time, then you're going to have problems.